Welcome, Panther fans, to another edition of Panther Preview. I'm Harold Tillman, joined by Pascagoula High School football coach Lewis Sims. Coach, we're finishing up spring training. A few more days, it's going to be in a rearview mirror. So, I've been out of pocket. So I'm going to ask you, kind of fill me in on what we've done, maybe what our goals were. Did we reach our goals? That type thing.
Well, the number one thing we wanted to do is we wanted to see what kind of depth we had, see what the weight room did to some of our younger guys. Did they come out in the spring and want to hit? Did they want to tackle? Did they want to get physical? And I think we've seen that. We've seen a lot of young men come out and really get more physical here in the spring. I think we've found a couple of guys that are going to be able to step up and fill some holes that were left by graduation. Will be left by graduation here in a couple of weeks. But most of all, we found some guys that can make plays at receiver. We found some guys that can make plays up front on the offensive line. I think our defensive backfield has been shored up. We found some guys that can play, they can get after the football, they can tackle. And our linebackers, we're still looking for some depth there. But overall, we've got some guys, about 4 or 5 guys that we feel like can go in and play on a Friday night. So overall, from a personnel standpoint, you're never where you want to be. You'd always like to have 2 deep at every position. We're not quite there yet, but I do believe that we're well on our way to being where we need to be come August, and that's what we wanted to accomplish here in the spring.
Well, you mentioned the offensive line, and that was one of my concerns coming into spring training. Have we been able to fill some gaps there?
We have. We have some guys that have really stepped up this spring. You had Squirrel's really done a good job, and he's been phenomenal and really done well at center. Quentin Johnson stepped up and done a really good job, and just very, very happy with him. And Zach Kammer stepped up and he's done a really nice job. Of course, you had your stalwarts of Jeremy Flora holding down that right guard position, Tristan Fortenberry at left tackle. They've had a really solid spring. So I've been happy with them. Isaiah Ben in the backfield. Been real surprised with a couple of freshmen that have stepped up. With Amari Jackson's done really well at running back, and then at safety, Tylen's done a really good job there and worked his way into a varsity rotation. So real excited about those guys, and then just really happy with a lot of the progress that we've made all around. But offensive line wise, we still got some work to do, but we're much further along than we were 3 weeks ago.
Quarterback, where are we at there?
Well, I think we're getting better. I think experience is starting to show. I think Silas has really worked. He understands the offense. He's working on his reads and his releasing and anticipation and those kind of things. But from a knowing what to do, he's done a really good job of managing the offense now. Keelan's been in the slot this spring. He's going to be back under center as well come fall. But you got he and Silas back there, and then young Jared Loper's come in, and he's got a live arm and still working on his mechanics, getting him working on his release, working on his footwork. But overall, those 3 guys are really who we're going to lean on come fall, and very happy with their progress so far.
Great. We'll jump into the other side of the line of scrimmage. What about our defense?
All right, so up front, we're you've got Josh Battles back at nose guard for a third consecutive year. Jeffrey Rush at end. Joe Terrell's going to come in this summer and try to shore up that other end behind Jaden Kennard. You have Ferron Taylor as well as Aaron. He's done a really good job there as well. Griffin. So we got three or four guys, about 6 in the rotation up front that are doing a really good job. Isaiah Marshall's showing a lot of promise up there as well. So really happy with those guys. And then linebacker-wise, of course, we got Jalen Parnell back along with Tank Bishop. We got Ian Hardy is playing linebacker along with, you got Chris Ely, and there's 2 more that are doing really well that you kind of caught me off guard here. But those guys have stepped up. Sevilla's done a really nice job of learning and learning how to come downhill. So very pleased with their progress. Then
the intensity where it needs to be.
Oh yeah, our practices have been fast and furious. We took a lot of ideas we learned in the off season by going to visit South Alabama, Florida State, watched how they practice and the organizational structure of their practices, and we've kind of taken that and put it into our own process. And I think we did 4 of those practices in the last 2 weeks, and it worked out really, really well for us, because it pushed the kids, pushed their physical limits, their mental limits, but it showed them that our off-season program is working. They were able to handle it. We gave them some recovery time. We were able to get a lot of good work this week, really going fast for about an hour and 20 minutes, go really, really fast, slow it down the last 20 minutes to do some teaching and coaching, to work on the head up part of the game, which is something that we think is really, really important. But I like the way we've practiced, like the intensity, I like the coaching that's going on. But with 130 plus kids out here, I think our coaches have done a really nice job of keeping the drills organized, keeping them organized, going from spot to spot, and overall just pushing those guys to be the very best they can be for 2 hours straight nonstop.
Well, that's great. Now look, Friday night we're gonna I guess it's here at War Memorial Stadium.
It is.
We got the Jamboree. Who we play?
We have Vancleave and Fairhope. We'll tee it up with Vancleave at 5 o'clock. We'll go varsity first and then JV. Those tickets will be available on GoFan only, so you'll have to go to GoFan. The link I'll send out, and Frank will post that with our program as well.
And real quick, that's going to be the process of buying tickets next year also.
Right. I think
So
there
we
will
need to
be
get used to
available
it.
at the ticket. I think there will be available at the gate as well.
Okay.
But and then season tickets will go on sale in July, and just really looking forward to getting started into summer workouts on May 31st, and guys go camping and just see what falls.
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, we're going to close down spring training. We're going to start summer workouts, and I know that each summer, is your tenure here, that's been something that y'all have taken real serious. Y'all have worked really hard in the during the summer. I expect it to continue. And look, Friday night we're going to kind of see what y'all done as far as spring training. If you can put it, be able to do it on the field. So. I'm looking forward to that.
Hey, we are too. We want to see what happens when the lights come on, and just really looking forward to some of those young guys stepping up and making plays under the lights.
Well, I guess that's going to conclude here, but we're going to come back next week. We're going to talk about the Jamboree, and but before I get out here, let me thank Frank Quarter for filling in for me over the last three episodes, and you did a good job. I appreciate it, and until next week.